All humans. How many of you verified to be human?
What? How many of people in pornography have I validated to actually be human? Nah, it's kind of just assumed. I don't know. It's kind of I never thought about that. You're right.
And then what happens is you watch that video. Then after you watch that video and you ejaculate, the incubus spirit, it requires semen. So that semen was a sacrificial lamb you gave.
Whoa.
To that marine goddess that was on the screen.
The marine goddess on the screen. In the pornography video, it's an underwater demon, sex demon. That's yep. Okay, whatever. I mean, we're gonna get into this. I am Brentley, and this is the Punk Apostate. Let's go. So here we got Kap Chatfield, right? The tinfoil hat Fundie himself. Like that's just what he is. He's just every conspiracy you can think of, he believes it. It's all, it's all connected. It's all true. And this one is quite interesting. This one's it's called "Are Some Pornography Stars Actually Demons?" No, they're not, because that's fucking stupid. That's what that's I've never heard this. Kap reacts. So yeah, whatever. Let's see what's going on.
All right, this is absolutely wild. So this young man,
stupid, but yeah, you mean wild, whatever,
man is coming out with an extremely hot take saying that sometimes when you are indulging in
pornography,
you're actually not watching all the time a human being, and you're not necessarily watching an AI generated image, but you're
just to be clear, okay, the demon's not tricking you through AI, it's through magic.
Actually watching a demon. So I'm going to let him share his take on this. It's extremely interesting, and the more he talks about it, the more I actually think there are some biblical reasons why this is actually possible. So
possible. Okay, he's going with possible, not probable, but it could be, maybe. I haven't checked every single pornography video to check if the people in it like exist and don't live underwater as a fucking demon, but okay.
I'm gonna let him take it away, and then I got some scripture that I'll share. But hopefully this, if you are someone who struggles with watching all that stuff.
No, I don't struggle. I enjoy it. It's fine. It's fun,
Hopefully this seals the deal for you, that it's time to kick that habit to the curb, because you could possibly be opening up yourself to something extremely demonic. Let's listen.
So now pornography is now demonic. You're now like, handing over like your semen to demons. You're handing over your cum to semen demons. That's what's happening there.
That's how they consummate the video. There are some porn stars who have been open in saying that they're witches. They practice it openly. Openly
Practicing the witch stuff. Can you believe what? They do it just openly, like they're just proud of it. They're proud of the weird witch magic stuff they're into.
They've declared it that they do witchcraft.
Who declared it? I would love to hear that. They'd be like, I declare I actually do the witchcraft. That's right. Okay, now let's say you and I, we're gonna have sex in front of this camera. Okay, but I declare. All right, witchcraft. Let's go. All right, ready?
And they practice it. And one of the biggest deceptions that some of our believers who are naive, they will never acknowledge, and they don't believe this.
Yeah, they're the naive ones. The ones that are like, yeah, that's stupid. That an underwater demon is actually the lady in corn videos. Yeah, they're the naive ones. That's it.
Is that some of those porn stars that you're watching, I tell you, this is a spiritual person. They're not porn stars.
No, they are. They are that too, but they're also the demon kind. right? Like there's that doesn't change them from being in that video and starring in that video. They just happen to be an undetectable fucking monster. That's all. Yeah.
They're not humans. They're Marines.
They're Marines.
No, they weren't.
Oh, okay. So all the Marines in the military, they're just not human now? Like, well, come on, man. All right. That's kind of, it feels bigoted, right? Feels like you're kind of bigoted against certain branches of the military. I don't know.
Generated by AI. They weren't generated by AI. They're a being, but a celestial one.
Is he like that's a weird one there too? Like he's trying to get ahead of it. He's like, no, I know you think there's, it's a AI generated, David, but it's not. That's not. Just don't even go there. Okay, it's an actual magic kind that's real and not computer generated. I don't know.
So when he first said Marines, he's talking about a Marine
from the military. Yeah, we got it. We know what Marines are, weirdo. Okay, I've seen the John Cena movie. Okay, it's not that great actually, but there was the ending exploding truck scene was pretty badass.
Spirit, which we could go super deep into that idea about how demons need water.
No, that's it. I just wanted to laugh at that.
And there's biblical ties that people can make about why that's the case.
There's biblical ties that say like demons need water. Where's that at in the Bible? By the way, certain things that demons need, right? Entertainment. They have their own like Maslow's hierarchy of needs. One of them's water. Sometimes they're just submerging down there because they're thirsty, I guess. I don't.
Specifically, you can see the scripture where Jesus talks about the man who is basically like the parable of the person who had a demon or a strong man, and that demon got kicked out of the house.
Hold on, what? The strong, like, how is it like a demon or a strong man? Is the word strong man in the Bible what you're defining as demon? It's like because every so often demons are referred to as strong man. Like what? Okay.
Body of that individual. And that demon was wandering around through dry and waterless places.
Oh, fuck. They were wandering around in waterless places, which means they're thirsty. They need the water.
Till he could find another home. So we're not going to go super deep into that topic right now. But
what was it? You're not going to fucking tie a bow on that shit that you just said, man? Like, really? Nothing? We just got... Anyway, that's kind of a deep thing. It said something about a strong man needing... walking around in waterless places, and anyway, moving on. I'm not gonna clarify literally fucking anything here. I'm just gonna move on. What the fuck, man?
Yeah, it's just interesting, man. There's interesting connections here, so let's listen more to what he has to say about
playing fast and loose with the word interesting. Silly and idiotic, but not interesting.
These people who might not be humans all the time, but are celestial beings.
Footballers you meet in the streets. Rappers you meet in the streets, artists you meet in the streets, that woman will never be seen anywhere by anyone except from that screen.
What? The footballers that you meet in the streets, the rappers that you meet in the streets, what was the third? And it was, but you say, and then just completely seems to shift gears and goes, that woman will never be seen anywhere besides that video. Like, what are we talking about? Wait, we're meeting rappers and footballers in the street. What about that? What's that got to do with literally fucking it? What are you talking about, man?
And the directors that were present.
Okay, yeah.
For what purpose would a Marine be the actor on porn?
For what purpose would we be meeting footballers and fucking, people on the street like that? What was that about?
All humans. How many of you verified to be human?
Okay.
And then what happens is you watch that video. Then after you watch that video and you ejaculate, the incubus spirit...
And if you want to ejaculate, just go to adamandeve.com, right? And enter that code word Brentley at checkout to get 50% off almost any one item. 6 free movies, 3 free gifts, and free shipping on the whole order. Go to adamandeve.com, enter that code word Brentley, that's Brently, to get 50% off of just about any item. It's America's #1 sex toy dispensary. To save yourself a trip to the store. that happens to have sticky things in it, and you want to avoid that. So you order stuff that hasn't been touched by cum filled hands, cum covered hands. I'm sorry, not filled. That'd be weird. Anyway, go to adamandeve.com, enter code word Brentley at checkout, and get yourself your exclusive offer. Get your butt some stuff, okay? And if you like this kind of stuff, if you like goofing on Fundie tube like this, you can hit that like button, man. I really appreciate it. It actually does really help the algorithm there. And I can tell if I forget to say it, which I do a lot, those videos don't do as well. So yeah, if you don't mind, please hit that like button. And if you want to subscribe too, that'd be great. If you enjoy this and you want more, you can also hit that bell for the exact same reason. And if you want to support me, you can join. You can hit that join button. But anyway, all right.
Requires semen. So that semen was that video. Then after you watch that video and you ejaculate,
Yeah.
The incubus spirit, it requires semen.
Of course it does. Yeah.
So that semen was a sacrificial lamb you gave.
The semen was a sacrificial. That's what I knew it. I knew my semen was that when I was doing that.
Whoa.
To that marine goddess.
He's like, whoa. This is heavy, Doc. Okay. Whoa. What did I say? Like they ejaculate that bed, all that stuff, and the semen, and the demon eating it, I guess. I don't know what they do, but I guess they wouldn't be swallowing. They're not spitters.
I was on the screen. And then suddenly, 3 years down the line.
You don't have to watch this stuff, Kap. Okay? You can watch literally anything else. I don't know why you're doing this to yourself.
You have to go to the hospital. They tell you that your soldiers are low.
What?
Or to that sister who was so engulfed by her sexual fantasy, she continually masturbated on those websites. 4 years down the line, she's barren. Why am I barren?
What?
Because you already gave us your womb.
I don't think he understands how anything works. But you don't, for guys, you don't run out of semen. The see thing is you're using it all up, man. That's what happens. And then when you actually want a kid, you ain't got none left. You ain't got none left because you used them all up on the TV screen or whatever. And the products from adamandeve.com. But no, yeah, that's not how it works at all. And yeah, I'd love to see some kind of verification of this made up story that he's talking about, of a woman watching just too much pornography and all of a sudden her womb just disappears because the demons took it, I guess, because she just masturbated too much. I don't know.
That wasn't just a man that you were watching.
Oh,
he was a warlock.
A warlock. What?
He belongs to another kingdom. He's not just an artist who's being paid.
I love how they think there's a fantasy realm just down under the water, and there's just warlocks just hanging out down there with marine being, just water being. It's like Atlantis, but just full of fucking demons and warlocks and shit.
And you start to wonder some of those sexual expressions they have, how they've and they use expressions like wet.
What? What? I don't. The expressions are something now, but the expression that they use is wet. Oh, because of the water that she's wet. Because I'm sorry. I answered my own question there. My bad.
You just assume that wet is because of what's happening to them there. No.
Yeah, but it's the water demon though. That's why they love when you call out wet.
They know more than you know because they know where they live.
Oh, they know where they live.
You see,
I think everybody kind of knows where they live typically. Except for maybe vegetable people or whatever.
All of this now, there's going to be a 16-year-old on TikTok saying he's a liar. This doesn't happen. It doesn't happen.
No, it's not. You're a liar. It's stupid and insane. Yeah, but not liar. I don't think I truly do believe that you believe this dumb shit. But
and those are the same people. They come to their first year of university and they rape someone.
What?
And some of those people.
How the fuck? Where do you get that connection? Oh my god! So you're just making stuff up now? Because actually, predominantly we can look at the data that shows that the SAing of children comes from religious people and specifically religious leaders more often than any other demographic.
It's just that most times people never have a chance to talk to the one that was victimizing. We hear from the victim, we never hear from the person that's raping.
What?
Some of those people, they can tell you, I never intended on doing that to that woman. Something came on me.
There is where.
Oh my God. So, okay, so you can catch the grapey demons. If you look at this, is going to be demonetized like immediately. Holy shit! But when you're looking at, if you get those demons inside you, then that's what it is that causes, those SA accounts. Is the demons that you catch from the pornography. Yeah. All right, got it. My goodness, this is, I didn't expect this one to be as heavy. And it was supposed to be like funny, and of course he has to take it to fucking insanity, and now I have to like try to work my way around this shit that he's saying. But anyway, how we doing? Is everybody feeling okay? You all right? It's a Monday, so that sucks, right? But like a week and a half to 2 weeks till Thanksgiving? Yeah, a week and a half. That's cool. See, and you can like eat food with people you don't really like, and then have to avoid a bunch of conversations that I know are going to be really fun this year. Oh man, this is going to be, I'm looking forward to it. It's like, I'm sure the election and everything like that is going to come up, and that's just a great conversation to have when you're the only rational person in a family full of anyway. But who won today? Let's see. Who won? Let's see. Pandora's Pinata won. How we doing? All right, cool. You're waving. Hey. And Worm Food was second. Okay, cool. Let's see. Oh, and Deep State said apparently check the private message suggestion on a country with very easy asylum law. Check it. Oh yeah, suggesting on a country. Oh, I see what you're saying. Like getting asylum somewhere because of what we're going through here. Is that what you're talking about? It's crazy how often I've been talking to people, lately, and they're like, "We want to leave. We got to get out of here. This place is about to implode." And it makes sense, We're having a crazy dictator show up in about a month or whatever, who's going to have ultimate cosmic power, and I'm not looking forward to how he's going to use it. So, and no one to keep him in check, and it's kind of crazy. We'll see what happens, but I think people are right when they say everything might be about to implode. We had a good run. What was it, 200 something years? That was good. That's more than most democracies and shit, right? And that how that goes. And now we're an aristocracy. That's it. We just, the rich people rule. It's feudalism 2.0. I know, that's where we're at, it seems. Fuck. Anyway, but hello, fellow Fundie. And no, we're not Fundies. We watch the Fundies because they're funny. Fundies are the funny people online. So, but no, we're not. It's not us. We're watching them. They're the people that we're reacting. But anyway, yeah, you might want to go like actually hang out in Kap's chat or something. I don't know. But I want to say real quick too, I did do a conversation last night with or yesterday, not last night, with Ian Harris, which was really fun. But I had to take it down because there were some like serious red flags with some of the stuff we were talking about, and I didn't want to get in trouble again because I'm constantly getting in trouble here on YouTube. So I'm trying to not do that, trying to like get ahead of it. So I took it down, but it is on Patreon. I can't put it up for members because like I said, but I'm going to be taking clips from it and putting them out, and some clips for members and some clips for just everybody. But if you want to watch the whole thing uninterrupted, it's on patreon.com/Punk Apostate. Check it out. But yeah, I had to take it down. We just got too close to certain things in the conversation. We're like, I can't, this is it. We can't keep this video up. Holy shit. Like, I'm going to get in trouble. So that's what happened there. Hopefully you weren't watching it and then it just immediately disappeared. Like, what the fuck? Where did it go? I know I was watching it and now it's not even, it was literally there 3 seconds and now it's not. Like, I hope that's not what happened, but it's possible that happened to somebody. I'm sure it did. Said I'm corn free for at least a year. That's great, man. That's you don't have to be. It's okay. You know, it's not that big a deal. It's actually it's not. The people that as far as I understand, it's not even really an addiction because it's more about people just feeling bad about it. And usually that comes from some kind of an external source. I don't know. People like this genius, Kap Chatfield, and other religious people that shame people for just doing a normal, safe thing that is not a big deal at all. So, as long as it's all consenting adults in the videos, we're good to go. Nothing wrong there. So, but but if you want to do that anyway, cool on you, man. That's great. I'm sure you're in a terrible mood all the time, right? Like I feel like that backup's got to hurt something, like at least in your brain. There's a blood vessel about to burst or something. I know it. Anyway, who else we got here? What's going on? All right, we got hey Jim, how you doing? Said, what about all the actors who do other things like star in other movies or own unrelated businesses? They're demons too. Yeah, they're everywhere. Okay, I don't know if you know this, but they can take human form. You know, it's like that Bible verse that talks about entertaining angels, right? You don't know it, and that's why you should help the guy on the street with his tire or whatever that's stuck, because that might be an angel, right? And it goes in reverse too. It said that could be a demon. So maybe you don't want to help that person because then you're helping out a demon. Go and hurt somebody, drag them back to the water, take their semen back to the sea. I guess that's where semen goes. It goes to the sea. That's it. They drag it back to their demon lair in the ocean. Holy shit! I can't believe I'm saying it. Like, what what kind of world is this? Makes no sense. Drizella, hey, what's this? I have no idea. Okay, Chap's found something crazier than the last thing that he found, and he's outdoing himself with the stupid every single time. It's quite impressive, honestly. I don't know how he keeps managing to do this over and over again. Deep State, sorry, I keep coughing. I got like a tickle in my throat. Deep State said, if demons walk through dry and waterless places, wouldn't that prove that they didn't need water? Exactly. Yeah, that's an excellent. It's funny that he says that like it's confirming the opposite of what the verse says. How did they do this? But just because it says the word, like the concept of water is in the same sentence with demons, so there you go, I guess. Because these connections can be fucking tenuous at best. You know what I mean? Jesus. But need water. People make up the stupidest things. Yeah, and this is 100% just made up. That's it. And it's like, I got some dude to like talk all intensely, in the video, just like say, being real slow and charismatic. Hey, and that means it's got to be true because he's talking sort of slow and like he seriously means what he's saying. So, got to be true. Jesus Christ, what the fuck is going on? High Tension Wire, what's up, dude? He said, I used to run audio from the 700 Club. What, really? That's awesome, dude. Holy shit. Through an effects processor to make them sound like demons. Then I would touch myself inappropriately. Well, that's awesome. That's what we should all be doing. That's just a fucking Saturday night for good, moral people. That's what I would say. Warlock, yeah, exactly. Warlock point. Yeah, that's right. That's the type. That's the kind. And I guess warlocks is just synonymous with demons, right? So like there are people that practice witchcraft or just a demon too. You can be both. You could be either. I guess it's interchangeable. Who the fuck knows? Nothing matters. Jesus Christ. And it's famously, damn, I'm sorry. Demons famously associated with fire suddenly want water. I mean, maybe that's it. They're burning up all the time, and it's hot. It's hot down there, right? And there's just fires all over the place, and so they gotta keep themselves cool. So it makes sense that the demons would post up in the bottom of the ocean, keep that temperature down. What's up, dude? Late, but I made it. You sure did. Yeah, you're good, man. Let's see where we at. Let me take it down. Oh, this is a problem with Well, hey, what's up, Nick? I said, this is the problem with Sola Scriptura. Oh my God. Protestantism. They basically make themselves mini popes. Yeah, I mean, I just feel like everybody that like that. Isn't that that's the point of religion, is being able to act like you know stuff that you just can pretend that you already know it, because and that's it. You don't actually have to do anything as long as you're just like, well, the Lord showed me that it seems like this, and you can just make up stuff, you know, and it feels good. It does. It feels good when you're just like, man, I can just decide that I'm good at stuff. I can just decide that I know about things that don't make any sense, but I can act like I'm something because I made up this stuff to say. And it seems like it's not limited by denomination. Well, let me just put it that way. We got Catholics doing it. We got Protestants doing it. We got Baptists doing it. We got literally every demographic you can think of within the Christian religion that just makes stuff up.
Everything in.
So he's about to share.
Tell you, I never intended on doing that to that woman. Something came on me.
There is where everything is.
So he's about to share a clip of a guy who I think is like going to confess to committing that sort of crime. Here's another interesting thing that I'll tell you. So there's a really good documentary called
Are you seriously doing, like, you're going to take the word of the rapist that says the devil made me do it? Are you serious right now? Jesus. This is what it's like, hey, look, it's not his fault. It's the pornography that he was watching that made him do it. That's whose fault. It's the pornography, not the guy. Okay, he just had demons take over his brain because he was looking at the wrong kind of corn or whatever.
Operation Two Saint. I'll pull up the image for you. Here it is, Operation Two Saint. Hopefully it's not okay. So this is on Amazon Prime. I actually recommend that you go check this out. This is a documentary chronicling Tim Ballard, who runs this organization called Operation Underground Railroad, and
who was found out to be a complete fucking fraud and lied about everything, and is actually under investigation for assaulting women during his little pretend, secret agent raids where he has you got to pretend to be my wife, you got to pretend to be my girlfriend, otherwise it won't be convincing, and we got to sleep together, and we got to be in the room naked together, and I'm just going to wear a towel and take a picture in it. Anyway, yeah, that dude's a fraud and a liar, and anybody that's ever worked in any kind of organization that actually goes after SA predators and stuff, they would say that organization that he founded, whoever, is extremely questionable, and nobody really knows what they've done, other than there has been times where they've literally paid people for the trafficking. They've literally paid people to do it. And of course, then they buy them in free. But that is, if you're paying people for the people or whatever to go get them, that means they're going and kidnapping people for you. That you're doing the crime with them, and you're like, oh, we're setting them free, but they wouldn't have gone out. They wouldn't have had the money motivation if you hadn't have showed up and been like, I'm going to buy people. Jesus Christ. Anyway, yeah, it's a huge problem. I would say look it up on I think there was the Rolling Stone did a big expose on it, and so did several others. Just if you just look up Tim Ballard and Operation Underground Railroad fraud or whatever, or exposed, whatever. He's full of shit.
They go and they rescue kids that are caught up in sex trafficking. Great
like they claim to, but they don't.
Documentary. You got to go watch it. Just go watch that documentary. But what's really interesting is in this documentary, they're interviewing, or I wouldn't say they're interviewing, but they're helping the viewer understand. Okay, so let's say they catch some of these bad guys. They do these sting operations. They catch these pedos and whatever, and they ask them, how on earth did you get to this place of becoming so low and degrading yourself and debasing your own mind that you thought it was okay to go and buy a child to do what with? And they said commonly what happens is these people, they start off just watching normal, POR, normal in regards to heterosexual.
So it's progressive is what you're trying to say. Is that if you just keep on looking at that stuff too much, you're gonna keep getting more and more evil with it, which is just not true. That's not factual at all. It's not a progressive thing like that ends up with what he's talking about. They always try to make it like that, like, because it's a sin thing, right? Because it's all sin, right? And so they try to make it like sin is progressive. It's just like you get bored with some sin and then you move on to the next sin, but like that's not how anything actually works. There are people that are awful people, but most of the time when these situations of SA, especially of like minors, it's not in this weird Illuminati-esque like rings and stuff. That's usually not how it is. It usually, ironically, happens in religious arenas or whatever, and like those religious leaders, like I said, are more likely to SA children by like a lot. Like their demographic, if you can Google right now, pastor, youth pastor, or priest SA of a child, and something will come up within the past 5 days. Like that's how common it is for pastors, youth pastors, and other people, other religious leaders to be involved in that sort of thing. It usually, according to the other organizations that actually do go after this sort of thing, it usually happens within a family or in some kind of group or whatever, and it's some person that they know that grooms them from a young age and everything. That's more likely what's actually happening. It's not this weird like action hero bad guy villain thing that they are making like it's happening. I'm not saying that's not happening at all. Of course there's some of that, but it's the actual essaying that's happening is usually in the scenarios that I just described, which is just a lot of parents doing it to children and things like that. But of course, the point is it's not progressive like that. That's not how anything works.
PORN. And so they do that, and then at some point that just doesn't do it for them anymore, and they got to go to like something else or watch somebody who's younger or barely legal, and then that doesn't do it for them. So then they got to go to teens, and then even children, and then at some point it's like not even enough to watch it. Like you got to go get the real thing yourself, and it sounds super demonic because it is.
No, it's not. That's not how any of this stuff works. It's just, you're just making stuff up as always and acting like about this thing. It just doesn't work this way. We have so much evidence that these people are like that ahead of time. Like it's not this progressive thing. It was that they have that condition. And that's why we're trying to get ahead of this and actually get people to admit to it so that we could prevent it from happening rather than only arresting people after it happens. But people like him make it very difficult to do that, because then they try to make it like it's you're okay with those types of folks, and it's like, no, we're not. We're trying to prevent these things from happening and not just waiting until it happens and then arresting the person, which is obviously like far less. I would say like the harm reduction would be far more, but
I think we underestimate how the devil can absolutely get a foothold in your life by what you're watching and what you're consuming through your phone, what you're letting through your eye gate and your ear gate. These are all access points into your soul.
Your eye gate and your ear gate. These are all access points to your soul. Okay. Again, he loves making stuff up. This is how you get to the soul, is through your eyes and your ears and stuff. Sometimes through your butt, but I mean, that's only in certain instances, and mainly once you've bought some products at adamandeve.com. Actually, go to adamandeve.com and enter code word Brentley at checkout to get 50% off almost any one item. 6 free movies, 3 free gifts, and free shipping on the whole order. Go to adamandeve.com and enter that code word Brentley. Okay.
Into your body. So as this individual is sharing this to me, that whole concept is not very surprising to me.
The other funny thing here about this is that they're always so hard up about like protecting the children and everything on the right and everything, and these like right-wing tinfoil hat fucking Fundie people. They're always like, oh, we gotta protect the kids, we gotta do it, and then yet they're the same people supporting the bills that say that like in Utah you can marry children. Like, how is that not like what you're talking about here, and there's literal laws supported by only Republicans that say that, you know, in Utah you should be allowed to marry children, and other like under, like I think it was like 12 years of age. You think they can really consent to getting married at 12 years old? Like, but that is allowed. Like Republicans push for that, right? But geez, like this is what I'm saying. Like they're just, everything is bullshit here. They're just lying. They're you know, it's just to vilify people and things like that. And now they're trying to make all these connections, and like, oh, it's demons when you watch the corn, and then the demon gets in your head, and now you're a PDF file. That's what that, because the demon got it, the water demon specifically, the one from the marine demon, okay, and not the cool military kind, just the one that's underwater for some reason.
At all. Well, I want to play the rest of what he's got going on here, but before I do that, I want to share with you some scripture. So here's what it says in Hebrews chapter 13, verse 2. It says, "Don't forget to show hospitality to strangers, for some who have done this have entertained angels without realizing it."
Shit.
So the Bible,
That's so funny. I was literally just making fun of that fucking. And so he's like, but it can be the demons too, because what are demons if they're not just angels? Wow, dude, that's so funny. I had not watched this ahead of time. I watched like the first couple of minutes, and I was like, okay, this is good. I wouldn't have done this one had I known that they were going to bring up all of this child essay stuff, because that's not. I thought it was just going to be a funny, you know, pornography demon thing, you know. But of course, they got to take it to fucking like, okay, great. Now I can't. Got to make jokes about this shit. What? Like, in fact, okay, we're not going to be a comedy channel for about, I don't know, until whenever they're done talking about this fucking shit. I don't know.
actually encourages us as Christians to not minimize or play off the idea that every single encounter that you have, whether it's at an airport or you're traveling or down the street or whatever, that every single person that you're talking with or just brushing by is just a human being. The Bible actually would want to communicate.
There's undetectable monsters that they could be. Also, I know we've never been able to demonstrate that they even exist or anything, but have you checked every person to see if they're not a demon? That's what I thought. Okay. Demons are all over the place. Jeez Louise. JKF said, I think some people are predisposed to perversion, and corn can encourage it. I think you're probably like somewhat correct there, honestly. Because there are some problematic, obviously, corn or whatever that's out there. It is kind of gross, some of the stuff that they leave out there as far as like, oh, barely legal and all this type of stuff. That I do not understand that shit. And I guess technically it is illegal, but a lot of people are doing. I'm not a big fan of that, because I, you know, like you said, I could see the problem there. You know what I mean? But I would argue the most corn isn't like that, dude. Like, it's just, you know, there's something out there for everybody. But yeah, that stuff does kind of weird me out. I'm gonna be honest, especially with age differences and stuff like that. Anyway, it's a freaky. I don't know.
God himself would want to communicate to us that he sends angels, messengers, oftentimes, not always, but oftentimes disguised as human beings.
Oftentimes disguised as just regular old human beings. Okay. They're demons, the angels and demons, they're there. Okay. But they're people though. But you know, so that's how they get around not ever being found ever, you know. It's like Men in Black. Okay. They're all over the place. They're just wearing human skin. Okay. And then they're doing these weird stuff. That guy that you see looks like he's got some kind of thing. That's a demon in there. Okay. And he's, you know, he's got to get the galaxy from the Archelians, because they, you know, the on the necklace is the belt, Orion's belt. Anyway, what we say, Blood Badger, what's up, dude? They just use kids as a excuse for their BS. Well, yeah, and like you got to remember, like they, like all humans, and the right does this a lot because it's an emotional manipulation thing, whereas like all humans kind of have this predisposed like notion in your brain to like protect innocence. And so if you're trying to vilify another group of people or whatever, like if you can say that they're hurting children, which is entirely like why the abortion conversation is the way it is, because if they could just say they want to hurt babies, like they just say that over and over again, that like gets in people's heads like, oh, the bad guys want to hurt kids or whatever, like, and that's why they, you know, they say it for all sorts of stuff. You know what I mean? But and it's always, oh, we got to protect the kids because there's this like it's a psychological manipulative thing that they do to get people to just like hate and be very angry at whatever the people, whoever the people are that they're trying to vilify by labeling them as like children herders, whatever. Ironically, they never seem to talk about like the churches and stuff and the people that are actually hurting children on a regular basis. Like I said, that you can just Google at any point, pastor, youth pastor, or priest, SA, and it'll come up. It'll be within 5 days. Like it's that frequent. So yeah. But anyway, but they don't talk about that now, and not only that, but those people in those Catholic church, not only Catholic, it's other churches as well. They hide this stuff, and they push back all of the claims, and they try to keep people as quiet as possible, and then they just move their priest from one place to another. And they're very well known for doing all that. People like him never seem to have anything to say about that, even though that's the majority of these kinds of assaults. And you never hear a peep about it. Because why? Oh, because it would make them seem like they're, vilifying their own team, and you can't have that, right? But it makes perfect sense to me that these kinds of beliefs would attract people that are obsessed with forgiveness. Because you can imagine, if they had problems like they have, seeking forgiveness and being able to be seen as moral just for believing and walking out a religious belief or whatever, and being viewed as the most moral person in the room because of how well they know the Bible, whatever. That's very alluring to people that have these kinds of problems, these kinds of sick minds, that's why they are obsessed with the forgiveness. But anyway, Dave, what's up, dude? So everyone has a final destination. That's right, And if you get off like an airplane or something when it's supposed to go down, then death comes for you in the form of like shadows and accidents. So watch out for that. Final destination is what I'm trying to say. That's all there is there. There we are. I feel like I was gonna say that. Yeah, most SA happens with familiar people. Thank you. That's like what I was trying to say. Not strangers. They build up trust and then abuse kids. Like that is the majority of these kinds of cases. Like it's not like these huge rings or whatever. Like you don't see stuff like that in reality as often as what we're saying here. That's why a lot of these organizations, called out the Underground Railroad organization is like, dude, you don't seem to be doing anything the way anybody else is. You're like doing this weird, like, I don't know, CIA-esque, like, I don't know. It was a lot of their stuff was made up. A lot of the claims were found out to be lies. The kids in the movie of the Tim Ballard movie, Sound of Freedom, they came out and said he did not save them. They got away. The one girl had escaped on her own. But of course he goes and takes credit for it. So he's gotten caught lying like crazy. So it's anyway, but again, that's like what they do. But
it says, don't forget to show hospitality to everybody, to strangers. For some who have done this have entertained angels without even realizing it. That's
okay. So you got to show the hospitality to the demons in the pornography videos. Okay. That's why you got to do it, because you're saying right here, you got to show hospitality to strangers, even the strangers from behind that screen. That's right. That are, doing the stuff you ask them to do, and those live things that we do. Anyway, and if you want some toys to play with while you're doing those lives, you can just go to adamandeve.com, right? Enter that code word Brentley at checkout to get 50% off almost any one item, 6 free movies, 3 free gifts, and free shipping on the whole order. And get your butt some stuff. It's just fun. It's just fun stuff for those instances with all consenting adults, of course. But I want to make that clear. Yeah, if you don't mind, maybe liking, it would be great. Hitting that, smash that like button. Button. Anyway, it's good. That's fun. Anyway, all right.
It's a pretty wild thought, but think about, what are demons? Demons are actually fallen angels.
Holy shit.
Demons actually originally were angels who worshiped God and helped.
God, I watched too many of these things. How did I call this all exactly? That's so crazy. This is exactly what I was saying.
they served God in heaven, and then they all followed Satan, who was this chief angel who was cast down to earth for his pride and his rebellion.
Yeah, we know the story, man.
And then you had all of these angels who followed suit. They became demons. And so if this is possible for angels, why wouldn't it also be possible for demons? Let me show you some other scripture. 2 Corinthians 11, verse 14. It says, "But I am not surprised.
Jeez.
Even Satan disguises himself as an angel of light." What does this mean? It means that the devil's not going to come to you with a pitchfork and like a red jumpsuit.
Yeah. See, Wormfood said, and it's normalized. My mom was married at 17 years old and had me at 18. My dad was 25. And that was like half the JW couples I knew. Yeah, it's weird, and it's always in like JW and Mormon, like kind of like spaces, or just super Fundie, organization. Like they basically want everybody to get, or women specifically want them to get married as young as possible, and it's really fucking weird. I don't know why. I don't think it's smart, but and that was just the way you'd always see it. You'd always see like these super young couple. A lot of times it's just like, we just want to have, we want to have sex, and they're like have just gone through puberty and have like kept those controls. So they're just like, oh, but we're allowed to do it if we get married. Okay, whatever. Let's do that then. Sign that paper. We'll have that party, and then we can do it. Then we can do it. Okay. And that's why the divorce rate is actually quite high in those areas and in those demographics. But anyway, hey, Michael, what's up, dude? All right, let me see. Wow, really? Carrie said my mom was raped at 16 by the dad of the kids she babysat for when he drove her home. Jesus, I'm so sorry to hear that. That is awful. Yeah. I mean, speaking of that, we also got like just talking about this essay stuff. Like there's like two different people in Congress right now. I know Matt Gaetz is one that's trying to avoid his hearings or whatever, or the investigative whatever, like, going in and looking at what is it called? Ethics committee. He's got an ethics committee that he's trying to put back. And then they're for literally, essaying a minor. I think it's anyway, but like, yeah. And and in front of people too. It was in front of people. There were other people that came forward and said they saw Matt Gaetz with a child having at a party in front of people. So, yeah, but that's never going to come up with this guy. You'd never hear him talk about all the Republicans that are constantly having these allegations pushed, put forth about them and everything. And everything's always the one person they paid him off and everything. And they still are trying to say that it was that they were lying. And it's like, why did you pay him off that? Anyway, but yeah, it's a mess. But yeah, you're never going to hear anything about that from this dude.
He's going to come to people pretending to be everything that you would want in life. He wants to come to you as an angel of light.
That's all right. Everybody drink. The angel of light thing. Y'all drinking this early in the morning? You probably shouldn't. You shouldn't do that, especially if you got to drive to work later. But that's if you're watching this in the evening, maybe happy hour, this would be perfect, because he said the thing.
So if Satan is able
once per fucking video with these things, I swear to God,
to do this, why wouldn't other demons be able to shapeshift to deceive people as well?
Perfect logic. That is some deductive reasoning going on there, dude.
This part's going to really blow your mind. You probably have heard of this. Genesis chapter 6, verses 1 through 4. Okay. This is chronicling a time.
What? Drusilla, 17 p.m. That's not a 17's not a thing. You can't, what? That's, I know that we have some cultural differences, but is 17 a time in Norway? Is that a thing? Anyway, are you saying 7 p.m. and you accidentally hit the one? Like, what happened there? I'm very confused.
When people that God created actually started sleeping with demons. And
5 p.m. Well, you were way off. Okay, you went from 17 to 5. That's like 12 off right there. Like, how did you? Anyway, Hey, what's up, Logan? How you doing, dude? Say, um, anyway, yeah.
And then they kind of created this like super like just perverted demigod race, basically. This is in the Bible. Genesis chapter 6, verses 1-4. Then the people began to multiply on the earth, and daughters were born to them. The sons of God saw the beautiful women, and the sons of God, by the way, is speaking of these messengers, these angelic beings, saw the beautiful women and took any they wanted as their wives. Then the Lord said, my spirit will not put up with humans for such a long time, for they are only mortal.
Oh, okay, I got you. Carrie said, my dad wasn't the offender. It was the guy that she babysat for. So, okay, just to clarify, because I think maybe there was some misunderstanding. Maybe I said it incorrectly, but like, yeah, just to clarify.
Mortal flesh. In the future, their normal lifespan will be no more than 120 years. In those days, and for some time after, giant Nephilites, or the Nephilim, lived on the earth. For whenever the sons of God had intercourse with women, they gave birth to children who became the heroes and famous warriors of ancient times. So when you see all...
Imagine reading this stuff and be like, so there's that. Now, what information can we get from this? All right. The Bible says that, you know, the giant beings that were demons, the sons of God, for some reason, were demons. And then they had sex with the women of men, and then those kids were giants. And Hercules, it was definitely Hercules. That's where, you know, that's how we got Hercules. All the Greeks, though, they got it wrong. Okay, it wasn't the god that they believed that had a kid, you know, half kid, whatever, you know. It wasn't that. It was the demon thing. So, but the Greeks were close. They were dead. You know, they're almost there, but no cigar. You know,
these different mythologies. Like Greek mythology, talking about, you know, these demigod sorts of people, or these giant, like literally a race of...
Is he listening to me as I'm doing this? What is happening? Holy shit. How is he doing this?
Giants. This is a biblical reality that is referring to when these demonic beings were having intercourse with humans.
Demons invented tits because everyone loves tits. Men, women, everybody, and everyone loves tits. And you're right, I do. You know, I'm part of everybody. So yeah, I agree with you there. That's.
We also, I don't know if you've seen this, but, and you can testify in the comments. You guys are doing such a good job, by the way, if you follow my channel, of testifying what Jesus has done and delivered you from in the comments. It's really important.
Doing such a great job, y'all. I just want to say that I'm proud of you. Okay, I'm proud that y'all are saying in the comments that I like. So I'm just really proud of y'all. So you're doing a great job. Keep it up out there. Keep it up. All right. That's some good work you're doing.
For people to see, because I don't take my word for it. Go to the Bible and listen to what God has actually done in people's lives. If you have a testimony of being delivered from this sort of demonic oppression, people I know personally have actually been sexually abused by demons in the middle of the night. And this is not an uncommon phenomenon. So if you have...
it is. I mean, it's actually something that doesn't happen at all. Jeez Louise. It's funny too, because I've like heard these stories. You don't think that maybe they're fucking dreaming, man? Huh? You don't think maybe it's a fucking dream? is okay, here, let's play the game like what's more likely. Okay, right? Let's play the game. What do we know exists? People dream. Yeah, we've got good, sufficient evidence that people dream at night when they're in their bed. What evidence do we have of demons just showing up and having sex with people in the middle of the night? None. Yeah, none. There's never been a confirmed instance when that has ever fucking happened. Tons of people dreaming though. I think we're going to play the what's more likely game. It's the dreaming and not the fucking magical, undetectable beings having unconsensual sex with fucking people in the middle of the night in their bed. I don't think it's that.
You have a story like that Jesus has redeemed you from, please share it in the comments so that other people can check.
Word present Tucker Carlson moment. Yeah, that's what happened. The demon got there and Tucker was like, oh yeah, this is going to feel really good. This is going to be great. And then it's like, oh, fuck no. And started scratching. He's like, ow, I'm all scratched up. That's my Tucker Carlson impression. If that wasn't clear, that's the impression anyway.
That out. Now let's go back into...
I'm working on it. Okay. I only have exactly one voice thing that he does down, and anyway.
This clip from this individual here.
Yes, Dennis. And the demon used to be right out here in front, right? Had a little pointy beard.
This is the other problem here is when you have people that refuse to fucking acknowledge mental illness as the cause for why certain things happen. And you're going to sit here and believe this guy scribbling fucking stick figures saying the demon used to live in the paper and then it jumped in my brain. And then that's when I started doing all the bad. Like, seriously, man, like, why the fuck are you playing like a clip of an insane person saying that the demons made him fucking do it? And you think that that is somehow like evidence of the stuff that you're saying being anywhere near not insane. Jesus Christ.
So he's like drawing the experience he had.
Yeah, really detailed drawings too. Right. That looks good. It almost seems like maybe, does he drink a lot? Does he have a drinking problem? Do you wake up with the shakes? What's going on here? I don't think, I don't know.
Encountering this
I'm
demon.
going to get this guy a fucking vodka and tonic. Okay. Because Jesus.
Man.
But now, the demon's in here.
Why are the cops going, oh, okay. Oh, no. Okay. So the demons are, where are the demons right now? They're over here. Okay. You know, well, why are you going along with this? Okay. Why don't you say, look, fuckhead, you fucking assaulted people. Demons didn't make you do it. You're fucking, you're a harmful person. We're locking you up. We're locking you up. Jesus Christ. Why give them a chance to even do this? The monster came in my brain and then made me do it.
And it still tries to get out. But I'm the demon. The demon.
At this point, Dennis is now proclaiming that the demon took over, and during the moments that he could not remember, the demon was in control.
I can see her.
Or it's a fugue state, if it's even that. Or you know, he's lying. He's lying. He's making shit up because he's a fucking psycho sociopath, dude. What the fuck? God, these people are stupid. I'm sorry, that's fucking stupid.
I can see her stomach.
All right, so she obviously didn't have any clothes on.
No, she had clothes on.
Well, she must not have had clothes on here.
Well,
You can see her stomach.
I don't know. Maybe I don't know.
Yeah, this dude sounds super coherent with what he's saying. You can't even describe whether or not they have clothes on correctly. Like,
I know she was wearing a nightgown.
Okay.
And that's when I blanked out. I remember when I left.
All right, let's stop for a second.
I don't remember.
You don't remember having sex with her. Is that something you normally forget?
oh, that's cool. James said the Diablo games have some cool original lore about angels and demons, and of course, Nephilim. I love Nephilim stuff. That's one of my favorite. Like, I actually gotta take a look at some of these L.A. Marzulli videos. That dude is so funny. Of course, he's like just kind of been going hard about all the alien stuff lately, but he usually like finds these absurd pictures, like Photoshop the pictures of like giant skeletons, and he's like, look, I've got proof of the Nephilims. Okay, look right there, there's a photograph. It's, you know, totally real too. And it's just quite funny. But yeah, I gotta like I said, he's been kind of stuck on the alien stuff lately, and I'm not as impressed with that kind of stuff. It's just, you know, it's too normal, silly tinfoil hat stuff. I like the religious, silly kind of stuff, you know, which they still do, because the, you know, L.A. Marzulli believes that it's not actually aliens, they're demons, just like I'm pretty sure Kap here believes. But anyway, what's going on? JK said, why do people claim to see demons when they used to when they use ayahuasca? What do you think they're seeing? Do people claim to see demons on ayahuasca? I feel like they claim to see all sorts of shit on ayahuasca. I don't know if it's always demons, but ayahuasca, you know, your brain's not really functioning properly on that stuff. So, you know, people can say they see and experience all sorts of shit on there, and I wouldn't take any of it as anything other than, yeah, you took a chemical that makes your brain not work. Have you ever used stuff like that? I'm not going to say whether I have or not, but the experience I had when I did or did not do stuff like that was, you know, I saw all sorts of stuff. And yeah, you know, you're going to say, oh yeah, there's demons. And I remember there being angels everywhere, because, you know, the eyeballs would open up all over everything. And, you know, there's eyeballs all over rings in heaven. So I assumed that I was just seeing angels everywhere, and they were terrifying. Okay. They're just eyeballs all over everything. I had a lot of wood paneling in my room though, so you know the knots in the wood. Anyway, but it's it's terrifying. It was where it really was. I had to get over that trauma somehow. All the demon or the angels just watching you like that.
Not normally, no. But this was not normal. This was when.
JK, can I ask you something real quick? I don't know if you're still here, but do you know me in real life? I'm just curious. You look familiar, so I was just curious. Do you know me in real life?
I was extremely, extremely, extremely upset, and I broke.
I felt so calm with forcefully raping that woman.
Jesus, can you?
As horrific as it is, it's not to justify them. But there's another evil spirit that
It is though. You're literally justifying him by saying that it was an undetectable fucking monster in his brain that did it, dude. That's justifying. You're saying you're trying to convince somebody that it wasn't him under his own actions. That is by all accounts like a fucking defense and a justification. What are you talking about?
Powered them.
I believe that.
These conversations are so fucking unhelpful for like when these things are happening, for people to just show up and start saying that it's fucking demons and shit. It's like, how can we get anywhere when it comes to like solving these problems psychologically if we got like people putting out videos like this, because I guarantee the fucking videos that are put out about the actual psychology and actual psychiatric things that are going on there, those videos ain't going to get clicked nearly as much. That's too boring. It doesn't involve magical fucking monsters from mythology. So God, people are fucking stupid. That's it's difficult to live in a world where people are this dumb.
Commit that horrible whoredom from Sodom.
What?
And it's because of the many fantasies that they never tamed. The same inconsistency you have in prayer.
Oh, okay. So I'm not sure if we know each other, but you do look familiar to me. I'm originally from Chicago. Okay. No, I just didn't know if you were somebody that I had interacted with not too long ago. You would know what I'm talking about if you were who I was thinking you were. But anyway, yeah. But
it's the same inconsistency you have with fasting. It's the same inconsistency you have with attending your university lectures.
Wait a second. Hold on. I'm sorry. Let me back up. I feel like I missed something important here.
Commit that horrible whoredom from Sodom. And it's because of the many fantasies that they never tamed. The same inconsistency you have in prayer is the same inconsistency you have with fasting. It's the same inconsistency you have with attending your university lectures.
What?
And it's because that inconsistency was built over a period of time. It's an appetite you never controlled.
What the fuck are you talking about? Are you seriously trying to make the case that if you like skip fasting too much, like, I'm not going to fast for and then you keep on saying, oh, I was supposed to fast today. I'm not. And then all of a sudden you just full of fucking demons in your head, just out graping fucking people and shit. Like, what? Are you serious?
Wow. That's deep.
No, it's insane. And like, y'all are obsessed with this shit, by the way. Like, it's really strange how obsessed with this extreme abuse they are, and then getting it wrong almost fucking entirely.
I've never seen this guy before. I like that video though, so I'll maybe watch some more of his.
Oh, good. Yeah. That's get influence from that guy. Yeah, you could use just some extra crazy going on in your brain there.
His videos elsewhere, but pretty wild stuff. At the end of the day, this might seem like pretty far-fetched, but
it might seem far-fetched, but you saw the Bible verses I showed, right? The angel of light demon, Satan comes an angel of light, boom. Something about the marine demons needing like being in waterless places, then somehow that means they're in water. I don't know how this all works. And then what do we got? Oh, and demons fucked women and gave us Nephilims. So facts, basically. This is just fucking straight facts. Okay, I don't even know how anybody could say that this is incorrect in any way, shape, or form. It's just like perfect. Like, this is logically valid, and the conclusions are sound. I would say this is,
I don't doubt it. I don't doubt it. I have no reason to.
Do you doubt anything, man? Do you even know what that fucking word is? Like, have you ever experienced that shit? Have you ever experienced doubt for even 2 seconds in your goddamn mind? I don't think he has. I think it's just like, I just believe everything. I don't doubt. Literally, I just first thought, it's true. I don't care. Whatever it is, it doesn't matter. Whatever my first thoughts are, they're right. Because that's, that's the magic spirit thing inside my brain.
Believe why that wouldn't be the case with the scripture that I just showed you. Hebrews 13, verse 2 again. So,
okay, we're going back over. Okay, so now to sum up, the fucking angel of light thing that he says every single goddamn video.
2 Corinthians 11:14, and then Genesis chapter 6 about
the Nephilim and stuff. Yeah,
the Nephilim, and then these personal testimonies that people have had. Now, obviously,
personal testimonies of the people dreaming. Is that what you're talking about?
Like, not every person who's involved in that industry that we're talking about is a demon. However, you better believe that that's absolutely the devil.
Well, and honestly, Jay, you're saying, like, is that fasting from a Christian sense is done to help control your passions. And yeah, I mean, it isn't like so much of religion, and hear me out. So much of religion, and not just any religion, like a lot of religion, are to make the individual like okay with suffering, right? It's to condition your brain to be okay with suffering. That seems to be like what and you can almost see how that would be useful to powerful people, anthropologically speaking, throughout our development as a species, right? But it's not great anymore. Actually, it's quite harmful to try to get people to be okay with suffering all the time. But anyway,
playground, and so regardless, my encouragement to you.
Logan said, the water demons in my building just reduce the pressure and make it take longer to heat up. Those goddamn, they're always playing tricks like that. That's like those demons that'll just like move stuff slightly on the table. Like the ones from Paranormal Activity. You just walk into the kitchen and all of a sudden all your groceries fall. They were floating all of a sudden, apparently, and the video was like in the other room, and then it came and it's like everything falls. And now you got a mess to clean up, all just because of these fucking demons. They're just knocking stuff over. A lot of times just playing pranks on people. It's weird. They're just pranky demons. It's strange. It's like they don't really ever seem to do anything substantive, It's not like the fucking gate where they're putting eyeballs in people's hands and stuff. I think that would be way better, honestly. That would be super cool, actually. Make them stab their own hand with a piece of glass. Anyway, that was fair. That was a disturbing movie, I'm gonna say. Just out there,
Is if you're bound by that stuff, get free, get set free, come to Jesus, receive forgiveness for your sin, and receive the power of the blood of Jesus and the power of his spirit, so that you can.
Yeah, Jay said suffering is pretty much a given from a Christian perspective. It teaches you to cope with those moments of suffering. Yeah. I mean, and I think that is a big part of it, honestly, and getting people to like. Because a lot of times they'll be like, this life doesn't matter. This life doesn't matter. It's all about the next life, which to me is, that's conditioning your brain to suffer and make it so your life, no matter how harmful the people are in your life, you can always just be like, oh, but I get to go to a magical amusement park in the sky with my family and friends for all eternity. When this one's done, so I'm cool. I'll suffer, I'll suffer and die, and then we'll get, and then we'll all be hanging out up there. I'm just getting to get there that much faster, when that's probably, that's not true. It's not, there's no magical amusement park in the sky. No torture chamber either, though. Thankfully, it's a both. It's both. You get that negative on the no heaven side, but you get the positive on the no hell side. So it's it balances out. That's my point there. And no, I'm not. This is not for fondling breasts. I'm not. That's not what I'm doing visually there. I know that could probably get confusing, but if you want to fondle some breasts, go to adamandeve.com and enter that code word Brentley and check out to get 50% off almost any one item, 6 free movies, 3 free gifts, and free shipping on a whole order. Go to adamandeve.com and enter that code word Brentley. They have it's America's #1 sex toy dispensary. Save yourself a trip to the store. Yeah, got it. And just just order it online. The packaging is discreet. It comes very, very quickly. You don't, but the package does. The package comes quickly, but you don't. You can take it as long as you like, to just edge. You can do some edging, whatever. But yeah, go to adamandeve.com, enter that code word Brentley, and get your exclusive offer. Get your butt some stuff.
You can walk free from that stuff. You're supposed to be free. You can be free from all that junk, and you can actually have meaningful relationships, get married, and enjoy the gift of sex within the confines of God's covenant with another person. So there's more for you. And if you want to learn how to get free, if you want to learn how to receive forgiveness for your sin, I have another video at the end of this one that I would really...
Logan said, if it's not demons, it's other humans sinning. Yeah, that's, it's a coverall, right? You got everything, really. If it's not the undetectable monsters that could just be like gremlin-esque, knocking everything over and breaking everything so that all the bad stuff happens. It's just other humans that sin, that are living in sin, and that causes like hurricanes and earthquakes and stuff. I don't know how those two things are connected, but it always seems to be connected when people bring up like why bad stuff happens, and it's because sin came into the world. So that's why hurricanes happen. Anyway, but yeah. they always got an answer for everything. Look, I said my parents would love to say you can't sin in a vacuum. Well, yeah, you'd implode probably, right? The pressure would just get your eye. You'd be looking like that ending scene of Total Recall. His eyes are all big, just if you were in that vacuum, just sinning away, and your just head explodes. That was a great. I love that visual that's still in my head from Total Recall. Are you seeing it? You're seeing it too. I knew it. We can all remember those bug-eyed. But anyway, it's one of the that's a great moment from my childhood. It was not scarring at all. Anyway, ways to heal and how we doing? Hey, said Christians also believe that you cannot have joy without suffering. That's gives you some incentive. Right, for the suffering. You're like, remember, you can't have the good parts if you don't suffer. So get out there and suffer, y'all. Do it, which is ridiculous. Have they ever even met puppies? Puppies? What? I was not expecting that to be the last word there. What's you cannot have joy? The puppy can have joy without suffering, right? Is that what you're saying? Like that's how the puppies do it. So that's how humans could probably do it too. I think I get what you're saying. I hope I do. Am I like way off with that interpretation? But anyway, hey, Gary. So you like that? That means it was wrong. That means my interpretation is wrong. Gary's like, what an idiot. What a dumb person. Why would he interpret it that way? Obviously, the puppies represent the demons too, or whatever the right interpretation is. I don't know. I'm way off here. I know. Anyway.
Want for you to watch to learn how you can avoid going to hell forever, which is exactly where all these
sort of or your head exploding like in the end of Total Recall. One or the other. I mean, you're either dead or close to it or on your way. You're progressing towards that final destination, as it were, if you will, per se. So yeah.
Demons are going to spend eternity, and it's where people who have not yet received forgiveness for their sin are going to go as well. But Jesus paid a high price on a cross for you so that you don't have to go there. Give your life to Jesus. Watch this video.
Why do you sound so bored with this? But isn't this supposed to be the most important part of your fucking video? Like, so anyway, I know it's all the cool magical monster stuff is over. We're not talking about that anymore. Whatever, you should just get Jesus's blood, wipe that shit all over you, and then you'll be clean, and then you can be happy in life. Whatever, the Jesus stuff. I don't care. Just believe my religion, man. But
at the end to learn how. Also, go check out my live Bible study.
I got a video that tells you how to do it, whatever. Not be going, fucking stupid, whatever.
Is to get further teaching from the Word of God. Also, final thing I'll invite you into. If you are passionate about not supporting woke agendas in America, you can support this channel. And
hold on. I missed a joke. What? Morning, Paul. Hey, what's up, Dave? How we doing, man? When for said I fucking missed a joke? How did I message? Oh, wait. Is it the vacuum one? Hold on, let me see here. I'm sorry. Please let me know if I missed something, okay? I'll go back and check. I'm trying to do. I have ADHD. I don't know if anybody's aware of this, but I have a hard time bouncing back and forth. For a while, I almost didn't do both. Okay, I was like, I'll just take turns. If I'll do 10 minutes of this and then 10 minutes of that, and I'm trying not to do that because I feel like it's more fun if it's all at the same time. But I miss a lot. So anyway, Wormfood said sitting in a vacuum is not recommended by doctors. You might get your junk stuck. Just get a BJ or a suction stoker. Nice. Or a flashlight, right? And then a flashlight, is that the same kind of get a BJ? Oh, just a B. I got you from a human. I don't know why I'm thinking of inanimate objects for this one, but yeah. But a suction stroker. It is stroker. Awesome. Yes, I like suction. That's a punk band. Can we write that? Hey, we got to write this down. It's a punk band. Suction stroker. Yeah, that's it. Suction stroker. We're doing it. That is perfect. It's at least an album, if nothing else. Suction stroker. That is fucking genius, dude. Hell yeah. And great joke too, by the way. But yeah, if I miss stuff, just seriously, just put it in the chat and I'll go back to it. We'll get it. We'll make sure. Hey, Bree, how you doing? Glad to see you. Buzzing by. Bree's always buzzing. Old buzzing Breeze. But I can't. Okay, sorry. That was dumb. I don't know what I'm doing there. All right.
And you can do an amazing thing for your family, and you can do an amazing thing for this country by learning how you can switch some of the shopping that you do every single month, buying from
15. Okay, so we got like, oh no, I only got like a couple minutes, but well, here, let me switch to that, and then we'll just take a look at some of the other. So let's see what other comments I've missed, because I'm pretty sure I've been missing shit. Let me see what we got here. Because now I'm realizing it, and I'm like, man, a lot of these shits go by, and I haven't said anything about any of them. You fantasize because you have no realistic expectations of sexuality, people. What? Wait. Okay, you fantasize because you have no realistic expectations of sexuality, people. Okay, yeah, I could see that. And yeah, fantasies are fun. Okay, and some of them, I'm going to be honest. Some of my fantasies are too painful to try to do in real life, so I kind of gotta, I got it. It just has to stay a fantasy in a lot of ways, right? So I don't know if it works like that for everybody, but those of us that like certain things, you can't really do it in real life. It's got to just stay a fantasy. But yeah. Let's see. Oh yeah. So like when people drink and use that as an excuse, that's probably the top excuse, if I'm being honest here, that I've heard, and not just like, and just recently, like in several different what do you call it, like instances where people have gotten like Me Too'd and whatnot. That always seems to be their top excuse, doesn't it? I feel like wasn't that Russell Brand's like excuse? I know it was the Torres or whatever from that used to be on Opening Arguments and stuff. That was his. He said that excuse. He's like, I'm working on quitting drinking. And it's like, okay, like I don't know. I feel like there's like I used to drink all the time and a lot at once, and it never occurred to me to do anything like that, no matter how blasted I was. So I feel like most people are like that. They don't have this like tendency to harm other people just because they're drunk. That's insane. But it is an excuse that we seem to get. What is it? Wormfood said ayahuasca is an inhibitor. Oh, okay. Ayahuasca is an inhibitor, though, so it can last longer. I haven't done that. I'm sure anxiety could mess you up. I don't know. Yeah, I don't know how long those things last. I know, like back in the day when I did stuff, like the like trips and stuff. Back in my 20s, whatever. It would be like the longest was, I want to say mescaline or whatever, like mescaline and LSD. Those, depending upon the kind, it can last for 14, 15 hours. And you're kind of done with it by then. You're kind of like, you know what? I was actually good at hour 6. And now I'm kind of just can we stop, please? Can everything in the room stop melting? I'd like to look at a non-melting room, please. That'd be great. The clock, I can't see what time it is. The hands are just spinning. Like just read. Somebody know what time it is? How long has it been? And then 1 hour feels like 30 anyway. And then so because you got that time dilation thing going on. Anyway, it's a mess. It's a fucking mess. And but I don't know really what point we're trying to make here, other than the longer the trip, the farther you get down that, like the farther you can convince yourself of like weird stuff that you think you're seeing that you're not actually seeing, because you got a lot of time to kind of like go, maybe this is real. Yeah, now you know what? It's now that I'm looking at the melting room, maybe I bought a room that melts sometimes by accident. I don't know who's melting the room. Why are you guys doing this? Can you stop? Quit playing jokes. Okay, come on. It's Joey's melting the room again. I knew it, man. He did it with the microwave the other day, and now he's doing it with the room. So crazy. But let's see what it said. What we at? He said, "I'll quit someday. Just might be the same day as my funeral." Quit what? Hold on. What did he say? That you may have an argument for heaven right there. Wait, I'm going backwards. That's pain can make things better with the right partner. I'm telling you, right? People are sleeping on pain. Okay, everybody's sleeping on that pain. It's fun, especially when you got some power play involved with it. That's a good time for everybody. Okay, just you got to get some. You gotta get some toys to play, some bondage toys. It's fun. It's good stuff. Pandora's Pinatas. Don't funerals happen a couple of days after that? Yeah, that's true. So it wouldn't actually be the same day, dude. You'd have to. It would be like a week or something, right? That's what I would think. Oh, Wormfood's clarifying here. Yeah, shrooms last 5 to 8. Okay, acid 8 to 12. DMT is only about 15 minutes. What? Damn, that's kind of lame. I'm saying, everybody says that's the fucking best one too. Whatever, because that's the spirit one, the DMT, that Joe Rogan's all about. It's like you have a spiritual experience, and it's funny too that there has been like hardcore skeptics that have done DMT, and they would say that they know that they don't believe, they don't believe in like spiritual anything like that, but they said like they really have a desire to believe in spirit stuff because of the experience that they had. So that was kind of interesting. But okay, where are we at? 50 minutes, and ayahuasca can cause total paralysis. Holy shit. For as long as 2 hours, and the full trip can be okay, so it's not even as long as like so acid really is the longest, the 8 to 12. Okay, that makes good sense. That is in my recollection. That's how I remember it. Yeah. Vividly. Yeah, I remember that. Yeah, like fucking how is this still happening? It's the next day. It's supposed to be done. Yeah. That's wild, man. Holy shit. But hey, thank you all so much for hanging out. And if you want to play with things that are hanging out, you can smash that like button. It's got a little butt there. See the peach? It's a butt. Anyway, yeah, if you want to smash that like button, I'd appreciate it. It would really make this stream go out a little bit further there. But if you want to smash something else, go to adamandeve.com and enter that code word Brentley at checkout to get 50% off almost any one item, 6 free movies, 3 free gifts, and free shipping on the whole order. Let's go to adamandeve.com, enter that code Brentley. That's Brently at checkout, and get your exclusive offer. Get your butt some stuff. It wants it. It's it would tell you if it could talk. And if you want to support the show, you can support us by supporting our sponsor, adamandeve.com, and entering that code with Brentley at checkout, or you can do a bunch of other shit. You can become a patron. Like I said, like the conversation that I just had with Ian Harris, it's in 2 places. I am doing my Twitch again, so I am on Twitch, so you can watch it there. I think for a couple days, maybe. It doesn't stay up there permanently, right? But if you want to watch the full conversation completely unedited, it is on patreon.com /Punk Apostate right now. So if you want to catch that, it was 2 hours long. We just hung out. We had a good time. I had a video that we were supposed to cover, and we kind of did. We still kind of did. It was just, we had a lot of sidetracking going on there. We got kind of all over the place as far as like the conversation goes. But yeah, check it out. It's on patreon.com /Punk Apostate, and it's the latest video. But I am going to be putting out clips from it. There were certain things that where the conversation went to where I was like, oh boy, I'm going to get in trouble if I leave this on YouTube. So that's the only reason that I don't have it available for members. But that's what's going on there, just so you know. But if you want to become a member, you get an extra weekly live stream that's much more zeroed in on the conversation and the comments and stuff like that, rather than reacting to the video. So if you want to do that, just hit that join button, and get your extra live stream every single week. You can also email me if I get anything wrong, punkapostate@gmail.com, or if you want to let me know about your deconversion story. I like hearing about those. or just anything else you want to tell me about. I want to hear from you. So, but you can also join our Discord. We can interact there. I do check that out quite often. And then all the links to my socials are down below too. I don't go on social media as often though. It's just not a thing I really do. Not against anything, nothing against people that are cool enough to figure out how to do that shit. I'm just not one of them. So, yeah, but you can follow me on stuff. I post stuff every so often, but that's about it. But hey, y'all, seriously though, the main thing is to stay logical, loving, skeptical, and compassionate. And we will see you next time.